So, first things first, Luke, how are you?
I'm good. Great to be back in the Netherlands again. It's been a few years for me. So
Good memories, I hope?
yeah,
Okay.
great memories. It was like 10 years ago. So
Okay.
I was a wild partier.
So it's a different time of your life.
Yeah, different time. But yeah, just as good, you know.
Fair
It's
enough.
good to be back with a new record, you know, new songs, and yeah.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned this this time a while ago because, well, the first record was released in 2008.
Yeah,
Then
that's
the
right.
second in 2013, which is 5 years. But then within 3 years, the next one. So how come this third one came along quicker?
It was the same, pretty much the same time in the studio.
Okay,
It's just after the first one, it kind of blew up around the world, and
sure.
I pretty much toured the world about 5 times. So it was, you know, pretty serious, like 3.5 year touring schedule for the first album.
Enjoyable?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely pretty enjoyable touring with the Empire. You know.
But then, well, you obviously also have the Sleepy Jackson.
Yeah.
So, where did that touring schedule kind of leave that band?
Funnily enough, Sleepy Jackson is doing a new record. We're just about finished at the moment.
Okay.
We're working with John Hill, an American producer. We've been recording it in Santa Monica. It's just about done, so hopefully won't be before too long. I'm back here with Sleepy Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it important for you? Because one of my questions would have been, where are you now with Sleepy Jackson? But was it important for you to keep that going?
Yeah, it definitely was. Like, that's kind of my baby, you know. That's
Sure.
my first band, and it's always been my first love kind of thing. Where, you know, Empire is basically 4 members. You know, it's
Sure.
Nick and I as the directors, but it's basically 4 people. And it has its sound, you know, it has its genre. But yeah, Sleepy Jackson has become a long way, you know. It's becoming a lot more futuristic and a lot more guitars.
And did you work on songs of the Sleepy Jackson while with Empire of the Sun? Did those
Yeah.
kind of processes kind of coincide?
Yeah, I think, you know, I write a lot of songs for Empire, but if I do too much, then it's always everything's a bit off kilter. The balance isn't right. It's kind of, you know, it's like the proud chef or something, you know. There's too much of one ingredient. So I always have songs that, you know, I can use for Sleepy Jackson.
Do you know instantly when you write a song, well, this will fit there and this will?
Yeah, you can usually get pretty close, you know.
And is the aim different between the two bands? The aim for a song for?
Not really. I think it's, yeah, I always just try to create good music, really. And there's always a standard, which is like a moving post, you know, where you're trying to get it to a level.
Sure. I heard you say this before, that essentially what you try to do is come up with the best song possible, just making good music. So, and this is going to be a very difficult question to answer, I suppose, but what to you makes good music? What makes a good song?
Well, I think a good song, you know, it has a great melody, it has a great lyric, it has a great message, you know, great rhythm, and then the way it's, you know, put together is done in a, you know, beautiful way. It's like, it really is an art form. You know, a great song will start off and it'll, I don't know, it's like you get up in the morning and you warm into the day with a few coffees, and then by lunchtime it's just, you know, something as unexpected has happened, and then by, you know, the afternoon you've kind of met the girl of your dreams, and then by dinner time it's like you're, you know, walking through the canals of Amsterdam and watching the moon. And I don't know, a good song can really take you to a place that I don't think anything else on planet Earth can, you know.
Can you pinpoint or can you recognize these moments when you start working on a song? Do you know that you're heading?
Yeah, you do. I think it's like a, you know, it's like a confirmation of emotion, you know. It's like when someone tells you some news and it's just like immediately like complete confirmation. This is good, or yeah, it's like the unspoken language of the heart.
What track on the album kind of was the catalyst that had this feeling you talk about?
Well, To Adore was one we wrote with Lindsay Buckingham, and that was amazing. He just came in, he sat on the couch and we jammed, and then it was like we're gardeners, you know, and we'd planted these you know, futuristic, fast-growing plants, because it's just like the chords just started growing, and then it was the lyric, and when it's like that, it's kind of magical, you know.
So it's almost effortless in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, it's just, yeah, effortless and just magical, really.
And well, you've recorded in 2 places. Does it matter where you? Does one of them being Hawaii? Is there a difference between creating a song in Hawaii and, say, a cold winter in New York?
Yeah, definitely. I think, I don't know, the best music we seem to make is when we're relaxed and we're sort of just riding that wave of music, you know. It's sort of, going to a place like Hawaii was just so magical. We'd, you know, I'd be surfing on the North Shore all morning, and then I'd sort of roll in the studio and stand in amazing place on the beach, and I think half the battle was building that confidence within you that you actually have something to offer. You know.
This battle within you. How should I picture that? Because well, you're an artist. You've been doing this for a while. So when you start working on the 3rd album, how does that battle within yourself take place?
Yeah, I guess you kind of wrestle between like whether it's actually good or whether it's just because it's part of the machine, you know. And it's, yeah, I think sometimes I don't know, the climate of the music industry is there's just so much I don't know, opposing kind of buildings of sound, you know. Like 1 minute there's Skrillex and it just sounds like this ginormous transformer, you know, walking through the city, and then you hear Beyonce and you're like I'm meant to be in the same pool as like these artists, you know. And you know that you're a whole different thing, but sometimes you just find, is it actually even anything, you know? I think with us, we went on character, you know, like I'm a character singer. It's like if I don't find that character in my mind and then translate it to my voice, it sounds invisible. You know, you'll hear me singing the song and it will be people saying, you know, when's the vocal coming in, you know? It's like invisible music, so that's always the biggest challenge with us, is finding the faith, you know, and the confidence to tap into that specific character, and once we get it, it's like nothing else.
This character, is it then different for each song, or do you have 1 for album? Or
yeah, sometimes it's like, you know, 3 or 4 different characters for a song, you know, like yeah, it might be something like a guy in the city who's completely lonely but has, you know, big aspirations in the city to find, you know, the girl of his dreams,
Sure.
or a futuristic gangster in Moscow in the heart of winter.
Okay.
Mm.
If we take then the title track, Two Vines, can you describe the character that kind of wanders that world?
Yeah, I remember going on the highway out to the North Shore and feeling like this is sort of a youthful voice, you know, to the younger generation, and you know, a guy with a party of kind of, I don't know, hippie kind of surfers and that are, I don't know, transforming the world through art and
Sure.
that kind of thing. And yeah, the first line's like, we've got the best years ahead, we know we do. And I always pictured that just sort of like a, kind of like that film Point Break, you know, it's
Sure.
like this gang of, I don't know, loving charlatans or something. Or positive villains.